Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Lost Cloudia. I can never remember the name. LC for short. We're just going to be doing a really quick kind of reroll guide, and I'll show you what I got along the way too. A big preface here. I don't really know what's going on in this game. I picked it up pretty blindly, and I've just been having fun, and yeah. So if you want to take advice from somebody like that, I'm the person for you. So first off, this is my account. This is what I ended up with. We've got my units here. I have Waifu, Green Healer of sorts, Lena the Warlock. We have Dine, the Three Sages. And we have this guy, God Hunter Shin. I wish I could trade him for basically anybody. I know he's good, but like, you know, not really a God Hunter fan. And my arcs here, we're gonna filter by SSRs. We have the pirate ship Legnus, the sky ship Lon Valion, Heaven's Bow, Star-Lord, and the Golem Course. So that's what I personally ended up with. There was a couple tough choices from everything I heard from other people and from everything in the documents I read. The two ships are pretty darn important, more so important than the characters in this game. So yeah, that's what I ended up with. Let's just get into how I ended up re-rolling and how I think you should re-roll too. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up this beginner's guide made by Greensburg. Absolutely wonderful person, has been super helpful. Even when I asked a random question in Discord, he was there to answer me. So absolutely love that they put this together. This is basically what you want to read for any actual in-game information. I'll have it in the link description below. It has all the tier lists of stuff. This is all his personal opinion, but right now his personal opinion is better than anybody else's, I think. And some other things here going along, and all these things you can read on your own time, and just know that everything you need to know about what to re-roll for and why to re-roll for certain things is in this document, and it's wonderful. So now that that's out of the way, let's show you how I actually did it. So the first things first is I use BlueStacks for everything except for re-rolling. BlueStacks does not work the best while you're re-rolling, and I don't like using LD Player, but I am just for re-rolling. I don't use it for anything else, just to get that super clear. So I just start off. I'm going to start from super fresh here. You want to run LD multiplayer or Nox multiplayer, whatever emulator you're using, it's all essentially the same. And I just start a new player here, and we will rename this new player LC example. Actually, I usually name it LC base, and then I'll write example at the end because I already have an LC base. So this is going to be where I set up my re-rolling process and where I kind of go back to every time I want to start a new re-roll. So we're going to do a couple things. Usually I like to lower the settings, so I'll probably turn it down to like mobile or yeah, mobile 540, just the lowest as possible. So I go 540, and then I can go 960, and then I just lower the DPI because it doesn't matter what this looks like while you're re-rolling. And then also, depending on your emulator, you will need root enabled. And here it's enable root permission. I'm not sure where it is in Nox, but it's very similar. All the emulators are essentially the same. And then we just start her up here. And we get an ad for Lumia Saga. Nice. That actually looks kind of cute. Looks fun. Now that we have our emulator open here, just open up System Apps, open up Play Store, and we're going to find Lost Cloudia. You do need to be logged in for this too. And then we're just going to hit install. Should be really quick. Just let it do whatever it wants. And once it's installed, we just open it on up and start from there. We have it installed now. We're just going to hit open. I'm going to have to fast forward this because this is going to be a download really quickly. And there's two real ways you can re-roll. One of them is downloading it every time, and the other way, if you have an Android device like this, is without the download, and that's the way I like to do it. So we're just going to do this quick. Obviously, our birthday is January 1st, 2000. We're just going to hit yes. Yes. Our name is going to be Mango because that's who we are. We're Mango. Yep. You can change the name later. Your name doesn't matter. You can change it at any time. So we're just going to do the big ol' download here. As our download's finishing up here, I just want to say as a reminder that you only have to do this part once if you're doing it the way I end up re-rolling. A lot of people are just deleting and reinstalling every time to get it done, and that's a way to do it if you have infinite bandwidth, but I don't, so this is why I have to go this route instead. So now that the download's done, we're just gonna spam the top right corner for skips. It doesn't actually show up sometimes, so you can skip even when there's no skip up there. So just like keep spamming it, skip through everything you can, and it's a straightforward run to the first time we can pull. So I'll fast forward to that just so you don't have to watch me just auto fight these dudes. Okay, we are finally done the tutorial here. It takes about 8 to 10 minutes, I would say. And let's do some summons. If I don't show this part on stream, you guys will kill me, so we're gonna do that for sure. The summoning animation is actually really cool. I like it a lot. It's just kind of funny. There's a bunch of different ways this can go too. And we are hoping for red, obviously. We want this to be as red as possible because red means good things. The SSR rate, I think, is 8% or so. So we just click through basically all of it here. We got one SSR, and I honestly, so we got one of the ones, if not the one people are rolling for, which is kind of funny. The two ships, that Longvalion and the pirate ship, are a lot of people's #1 priority right now. Click through, we get one more roll right after this too. I wish there was like a skip all, you know? Because clicking through is it's cool the first time, you know, but not so cool the 8,000th time. And one of the reasons why people say characters are just not as important is because the arcs that we're summoning right now kind of mold your characters. So the arcs kind of give your characters the abilities, and you only need one of each character too. So the dupes, as far as I know, don't do too much. So it's gonna make us do a couple things here. We've got to spam click through. We've got to set some units. We've got to set an arc. We've got to do this, and then we're gonna go back home. Then we're gonna click here. Then we're gonna click on friends, and then we're gonna go through here, and then go through gift. You can tell I've done this a couple times, and we'll go back through home, and then we'll do the daily login stuff. And we're going to make sure not to click out too many times, because if you click too many times on OK, you actually click into the world map and you have to go through another mini tutorial. So don't do that. And after we're done, we just go to present here and we take the 3,000 at the bottom. This gives us another 10 pull. And let's see what we get. Watch us just get like double ship first try. So what did we get? One more. So not the greatest roll. Honestly, when I was doing a bunch of these, I was getting like 2 to 3 a lot of times per roll, per 110 pull, right? So you can get 2 to 3 on one and then 2 to 3 on another. It's really, really high rates. When you have 8% chance each time, it really adds up and you can really get lucky. I've seen a lot of like 7 SSRs per. What are we gonna get this time? I want the Cavernale. Oh wow, we got another skyship. That's really funny. I was wondering why I didn't show it. That's so funny. That's the one everybody wants, by the way. Now that we want to get into the next re-rolling process, what we are going to do is go into system apps here. This is going to be slightly different depending on which emulator you're on, and you absolutely need root enabled for this. We're going to make sure Last Cloudia is closed, and we'll open this up, and we want to go to, I believe, internal storage. And then we want to click on Android. We then want to click on data. And then we want to find com.atus.lastcloudian.en. And we're going to long press on it, hit rename, and then just rename it to anything. I just add an A or whatever to the end. It doesn't matter at all. And this is generally how this works for almost every single gacha game that lets you do this. So keep this process in mind for the future. After that, we are going to go back to system apps. We're going to go to settings. We are going to go to apps, and then we're gonna go to Lost Cloudia and go to storage here. And then we're just gonna hit clear storage or clear data right there. And once that's done, we'll close this, we'll go back to our file manager here, and then we just need to get a big ol' rename back. We'll take that A off, and we are basically done. We're back at the re-rolling process. Now, what you can do here is just reopen up the game, and you have a fresh account that doesn't need to do the download process again, but you will have to go through the tutorial. So keep that in mind. So what I do with this version now, with this instance of the emulator, what I do is I just close it, and now this is my LC base EG, and from this point on, I just click it up here, and I just click the little dot, and I never use this emulator. This is my safe one, so I don't have to do that process ever again. I just click on it here and just hit batch and clone it a bunch of times. This way, every time you want to re-roll, you have that fresh re-roll. You don't have to do any more downloading. You don't have to do anything at all outside of the starting tutorial. And it's really easy from this point on. Just every time you want to re-roll, just make a couple more batches of clones and you are set. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Everything will work fine from here, no problem. Actually, I will show you just to be sure once these are done cloning too. Really easy process. It was actually easier in the JP question mark version. They were able to just hit back and skip the tutorial altogether. We're unable to do that as far as I'm aware, so it is like still an 8 to 10 minute reroll process. So keep that in mind, but it's still really easy of a reroll, especially with an 8% gacha rate, with 20 summons. Like, that's pretty easy. And you can also get the third 3000 summon, although I don't necessarily recommend to use it on that. But if you really want to, you can get a third for a bunch of different accounts pretty easily within like half an hour into the story. That's what I did, is I got about 8 accounts I was really happy with, and I just took them all to the next big step and picked the one that rolled the best out of those ones here. So I think we're done with all these 10 now. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start up the final one here. It's not loading, so I think there's still more to be made. Yeah. If it doesn't load right away, that means it's still cloning. So now that we have a Clash of Clans ad here, we should be able to just click right into Lost Cloudia and be able to start the process. Easy peasy, easy. Bum, bum, bum. And again, batch clone is very handy. Very handy. And you can set your clone stuff in here to how many you want to clone each time. We should be able to do this. We will have to do the same thing. We'll have to say we're born in January. We'll have to agree to this, and we'll add our name to Mango, and then we go straight in without downloads. Love it. Super awesome. That's gonna be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you out. I tried to lay it out as best as I could while skipping the boring tutorial parts. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. If you have any reroll questions, ask me in Discord or in the comments here. I will try to answer everybody. Thank you so much. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.